Hi everyone, this is Jen and you're watching BPD Woman Shorts. In today's short video, I'm going to talk about why you worry so much. Let's get going. Will I have enough money? Is my boss mad at me? Why isn't she returning my text? Oh my God, is my dog sick? What am I going to do next week for rent? Oh my gosh, are they mad at me? Am I always going to be alone? Will my BPD ever get better? Do you ever find yourself constantly worrying or ruminating? Do you jump from one crisis to the next, worrying about all of the things that could go wrong or would go wrong? I know that I certainly have. And although it's definitely got better with time, age, and working through my DBT skills and really being tuned in to my BPD recovery, I definitely still worry. One of the biggest worries right now, and you probably share this, especially with the pandemic and now that it's tax season, is money. I was in a super great place about a year ago before this pandemic started. I had only $1,000 credit card debt. You know, my business was really taking off, and now I have about $10,000 in credit card debt. And so I am worrying about, what am I going to do for my money? What am I going to do for taxes? I'm going to have to repay this. I'm going to have to repay that. And so it's definitely been consuming more and more of my worry cycle, especially now that taxes are due. So why do we worry so much? One of the biggest reasons that you worry is, well, you spent a lifetime growing up worrying about what your mother or father were going to do next. Were you going to have enough money? Were your parents going to be fighting, yelling? Were you going to wake up and be abused? Were you going to be safe at school? Were you going to have enough food? Was your mom going to blame you for things? Was your mom going to be drunk? Was your dad going to beat you? Was your dad going to sexually abuse you? You lived in a state of fear. And as you grew up, you lived in a state of hypervigilance. And hypervigilance essentially is a state of being on alert, being on the lookout for things that could go wrong, will go wrong. You are constantly surveying your surroundings for safety and potential security threats. You can liken it to a Secret Service person, right? Secret Service are always have their head on a swivel. They're always taking in information. They're always looking for threats. And you can think of hypervigilance as the same way. Now, it's very hard to just suddenly break out of that, right? You don't leave the house and you're like, oh, I'm a perfectly well-adjusted person. Everything in my life's going to work out great. No. So you look for things and you focus on things and you worry about things. And why wouldn't you? Nothing ever just went right in your childhood. Nothing was all happy daisy doodle. You know, if it was, you wouldn't be here with a personality disorder. So you grew up in a lifetime of worry, and now you're trying to work through that worry, and you're trying to see where it's appropriate and where it's not. And believe me, there are super strong advantages to hypervigilance. You know, I'm excellent in a true emergency. I observe what's going around in the neighborhood all of the time. I'm there to help people. I've done lots of first responder classes. I know how to help people in an emergency, right? Things don't bother me like that because I've been so attuned and exposed to that type of traumatic environment. But it's not a healthy place to live. Your body eventually is going to just give out on you, or your mind is going to be exhausted, and you can't maintain relationships or friendships or business partnerships if you are constantly worrying about the next thing that's going to happen. And I had a boyfriend once say, what are you going to do when you run out of things to worry about? And I'm like, well, that's silly. I'll never run out of things to worry about. And that's sad, but true. So over the years, I have found that, okay, you know, I don't have to worry about all situations. I can hedge my bets. And that's what you can do. You can hedge your bets for safety. You can hedge your bets for success. And that's about as far as you can go. And in trying to move forward in your BPD recovery, there are 3 questions that I came across in an article about how to stop worrying. And the first question is it happening right now, right? Am I being evicted? Am I being assaulted? Am I being broken up with? Am I losing my job? If you're not, then you can stop the worry cycle, okay? Because it's not happening right now. 2, The second thing is asking yourself, am I creating my own suffering? So if you were able to answer no to that first question, no, nothing is really happening to me right now, then you could probably safely say, well, yeah, I guess I am adding a bit to my own stress levels because I'm worrying about something that's not actually happening to me. And the third thing, and I think actually the best thing, the best question that you can ask yourself, it's really a statement, and I've covered this in other videos, is I got this. I can handle this. I can take care of myself. And you know what? You grew up in a war zone, essentially, you know? You grew up with PTSD and abuse and all of these things that you shouldn't have had to be exposed to. And you survived that at 5, 6, 10 years old. And now you can survive this at 20, 30, 40, 50 and beyond. Okay, you got this. That's the thing to tell yourself. And as I sit here and I worry about money and I worry about what I'm going to do and how I'm, I don't like seeing my credit card debt 10,000. I liked it way better when it was at 1,000. But this is a situation I find myself in. And so I must tell myself, okay, I'm going to figure this out. I got this. And in realizing that you got this, I hope that it can ease some of that worry out of you. It's not helpful to worry. I think oftentimes people get into worry cycles because they think, well, if I keep obsessing about it, if I keep it at the front of my mind, perhaps I'll be able to come up with a new solution or a good solution. It never does. That never works out. I hope this has explained a little bit about why you worry and what you can do to contain some of your worry. Please share your experiences below. I'm interested to know what you worry the most about. Leave me a comment below. Until I talk to you next time, and everything you do, please be effective. Bye-bye.